Okie dokie, guys, we are just about to begin the Aztec. Clearly, I already beat it. I do apologize. I did a recording, but the microphone was off. Personally, I do prefer commentary so that you have an opportunity to be able to engage with the audience. So we're going to go ahead and replay the mission. We have to reprogram the shuttle guidance, launch the shuttle. So overall, it doesn't seem that bad, right? Well, your biggest enemy is this. All of the enemies are carrying AR-33s or lasers, and there's also a boss battle. You get to fight Jaws. If you played this back in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. Where when you played multiplayer with your buddies, this dude was like stacked. He was really tall. So if you were a really good player, you had to play as Jaws. He's carrying 2 AR-33s. He will wipe you out, but he is a real easy fight in this. The problem is, can you get to him? Conserve your ammo, do your best. So the first room, 3 bad guys, 3 ARs, that means a total of 30 bullets, collect the ammunition. The next room through this wall is going to have a total of 6 enemies, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. You basically want to kill the one at the end of the corridor and the one in the far back because he's got some pretty good aim. Kind of stand off to the side at first. And see if you draw their attention. Yes. And so, you know, an easy win there. And then in the background, that's the guy that I'm talking about. He's like a sniper. Take him out. Do not waste your ammunition if you can help it. You need every bit of it, at least starting things out. Until you get the laser, then you have infinite ammo. I forgot to mention this, but do not run out in the open. 2 enemies, both sides, that's the remainder. They're going to be behind the crates, as you can see. Hug the right side of the wall. And as you can see, we've got a little face right there and a little body there. I think I can see part of his neck. All right, we got him. Now go ahead and collect all the ammunition before we move on to the next room. Be very careful. Do not fall down there. That's going to take you towards the end of the level where you're going to fight Jaws. You're also going to be ambushed. You simply don't have the ammunition for it. Not on 00 Agent anyway, so really just stay away. Don't fall down there. Once you have collected all the ammunition, right here in the back room, there's another room with a total of, say, 5 enemies. Go ahead and take out the pistol. You got 2 in the front and 3 in the back. Hug the left side of the wall. You're going to have an enemy right there. You know what? I got a little carried away. But so he's going to pursue you. Now the other guy might pursue you. Or not. That just works out for us. And let's go ahead and reset the door just in case we have to run through it. To run away. I don't think that's going to be the case. Got him in the face. Do not go and collect the bullet or the ammunition. All right, so we got 1 on the far left. You can see his little hand, and then we've got 2 on the right. We're going to approach it somewhat of the same way. We're going to shoot this guy in the face, and then we're going to run to the right, and they're basically just going to line up. Right here. And so this room is the room that I like the most. Just look at how beautiful it is. I mean, I love space and astrology and horoscopes and stuff like that. But you know, I don't know if that was a gun or a middle finger that he's doing. Of course it's a gun, but you know, just play with your imagination a little bit. Now that all the enemies are down, you can go ahead, like I said, pick up the ammunition. If you can find it, because it blends in so well with the ground. And go over to the little computer, which is going to open this hidden server door area. Oop, accident. And before I move on, I just want you to know, when you do kill Jaws, he gives you a key card. That key card opens up this glass. Then you can go ahead and grab that data disk right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Data disk. And then you can use your floppy disk right here. You take the data disk all the way back to the shuttle room, and the level's basically over at that point. So, like I said, that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy level. It's not. Your biggest fight is how much damage the enemies do. But it is fun getting through it. They probably can't hear me because of those earmuffs. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention this. You want to hide in the cavities. Anyway, Do not run into this room. If you do, the shuttle bay doors are going to open and they're going to do like a test for the shuttle that's right above you, and they're going to kill everybody in the room. This door is going to close so you can't run away, and you've got 2 enemies on both sides that they are willing to kill just to kill you. So what you want to do is just kind of like hug right over here in the corner and just shoot that computer, make good use of your bullets, because that's where you're going to run. The enemies are going to line up and you're going to take them out. Just like that. Now you can go ahead and run through. Be very careful, there's a turret on your right and a turret on your left. And there's going to be, lasers and ARs. There's going to be at least 3 or 4 people, so just kind of give it a minute. I did forget to mention that if you did what I just did, hook a right and swing all the way back, there's going to be body armor. That body armor is going to be a lifesaver, and it's going to get you through the entire level, I promise. Unless you get hit. So, good luck to you. Do not run through this too quickly. Like I said, you have to be super patient. Now, don't run out there. There are 4 turrets, there are 4 guys in the back, and there are at least 2 to 3 people with AKs. So, I'm sorry, ARs. What you're looking for is hugging the left side of the wall and that L shape. And once you see the L shape, you can barely see him. A little bit of yellow, but there's an enemy right there. I think his face is right there. And there's a turret, yep, right there as well. It is tough to spot, but once you know it's there, you're good to go. And then there's a turret right there, of course. There's a turret right there as well. All right, so we took out 3 turrets. There's 1 left, and basically what you want to do is arc around these boxes. And that's what we're going to do. All right, time to take the guys out in the background. Also, please be very careful, because while you're distracted with the enemies and the turrets on the right side, sometimes an enemy with an AR-33 is going to come through here, and the amount of damage he's going to do is devastating. Like, you might not be able to finish the level. Okay, so just like we took care of this side, we're going to go ahead and strafe to the other side and do the same thing. This is typically where a guy with an AR is going to come through and try to ruin your day, so just be mindful, be prepared for that. Like, just wait it out. He's coming, trust me. You just don't know when. When? Really? That's embarrassing. Maybe it's because I have to destroy that turret right there? Okay, so normally he comes. Just gonna be very cautious, very careful. You know what, let me go ahead and check before I use the ladder. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he didn't hear any of the gunfire? So let's go ahead and use the ladder before we go collect the lasers and ammunition. And up here, you're going to find a control pad right around the corner, and that is going to close the shuttle bay area, which is where we got locked in, kind of, sort of. That's going to open the door so that when we kill Jaws, we can backtrack, and then we can get the data disk, and we can use the floppy disk. One more time, be very careful. And let's go ahead and see if we can pick up all of our ammunition and lasers, blah, blah, blah. This is where you're going to want to take... It's in your inventory, I forgot what it was called, but once you go ahead and get your data decoder or whatever, you're going to want to come over here. It's going to say this mainframe controls the shuttle launch sequence. Well, that's great. That's fantastic. And so you have to go to your inventory to be able to use the data disk. Let's go ahead and progress with... the level. Jaws should be down here, and like I said, it's an easy fight. This is basically the kiting area, because the enemies can only fire on you like with a straight up beeline. You're just going to be running around in circles with a laser, and the good news about the laser is you get infinite ammo, so it's a big win. Take that. Uh-oh, Jaws, he's gone. That means he's pursuing me. Oh my gosh, I knew it, you sneaky son of a gun. So this is basically what we do. We just go back and forth. He's so slow. It really was a bit of a ride to be able to play with him in multiplayer. Oh my goodness, he's getting closer. Oh my gosh, I think he was killed by his friend. I have never seen that. But tell you what I will do, I will take the key card, the ammunition, and I'm gonna go ahead and backtrack now. That is amazing. So there's gonna be a lot of enemies. Be mindful of that. Now that we got the key card, we can progress with the level. So people are just gonna kind of pop up. They're gonna come from everywhere. Not necessarily in hordes like they did in the Cradle, but they are going to show up and it might be problematic. So this is a bulletproof glass. Just go ahead, go in and close it behind you, pick up the DAT, and let's go ahead and go to the inventory so that we can use our floppy disk, which is right there, if you know what a floppy disk is. All right, now we can go back to the main area. I don't think I killed him. Oh, I did. And eventually there's going to be a guy with 2 lasers. Perfect. How amazing is that? So we're going to the Shuttle Bay area, but like I said, be very careful. Don't be shy to just keep firing these guns. You never know what's going to be around the corner. And this is where you want to use your DAT that you picked up. All right, here we go. The launch protocol. And then you're going to want to go ahead and run all the way back to the ladder. And this is basically the end of the level. You're going to be pursued by the enemies, and you have to use the control pad to be able to open the bay doors again, which are right there. So just stand right here. You can hug the wall if you want to, but technically you're supposed to be pursued, and just do this, and you'll be fine. Yes, I know it's closed. It's not my fault it takes so long so long to open. Well, I do apologize. You are supposed to be pursued. Remember, this is 00 Agent. I did not mess that up. This is really a fun level. Well. Looks like I'm impervious to fire because I'm standing right there. Congratulations once again to everybody who joined me and beat the level. That was fun. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for the final level, the Egyptian Temple. We got to recover the Golden Gun and defeat Baron Samedi. Please keep in mind that when you do find the Golden Gun, you have to be very careful. It's kind of like an Indiana Jones video where if you step on the wrong tile, you're going to die. You're going to die because there are 4 turrets, they're destructible, the room locks up, you can't leave, so you are going to die. And we'll talk more about it when we get there. It's not as hard as it sounds. You got to think about it like a snake. So let's go ahead and start the level. When we start out with the blue floor, because it's reflecting the blue sky, but I'm going to call it the blue floor room, we're going to go ahead and go to the left, and we have to kill the 4 enemies. It's going to help us out later. All right, not bad. Oh, I should not have reloaded. All right, so they're down. Go ahead, take a left. We're not going to go this way. This is just to give you an idea. I call this the cavity corridor. We're going to use it later. Let's go ahead to the main hall with the blue floor. There's going to be 2 enemies at the back that we can go ahead and take care of. All right. And the next room is going to be full of pillars. Go ahead and take a right. There's going to be a staircase. Go straight up the staircase and look over on the left. This is where you're going to find the Golden Gun. So this is what I was saying earlier about the Indiana Jones. If you step on the wrong tile, you're dead. So think about it like a snake. At the tail end, we're going to step on the first tile. And like a snake, like the letter S, we're going to go ahead and go 2 tiles to the left. We're going to go 2 north. Up. We're going to go 3 to the right. Then we're going to go ahead and go 2 up. Oh, gotta be careful with those C buttons, man. We're gonna go 1 to the left, 1 up, 1 to the left. We gotta go 2 up, and then 1 to the right. So when the glass comes down, you can go ahead and step on any tile you want. And in order to pick up the ammunition of the Golden Gun, unfortunately, you cannot just walk up and take it. You have to go to the right side and the left side. I know, it's kind of annoying. And you do want to do this a little bit quick. because the enemies are going to pool and they're going to shoot through the wall because of bad collision. I think that's why the creators gave us the first bulletproof armor. Don't worry about getting shot. Like I said, there's a total of 3. And the level's not that bad. In fact, I think it's pretty fun. So this is the first time we get to meet Baron. Oop. And you do not need the golden gun to kill him, but we are going to use it because it's more fun. Right, buddy? So that's Baron. You got to kill him 3 times. And, oh yeah, I was going to say this too. So that little shadowy door, that is going to be the shortcut to kill him for the 3rd time. But before we get there, we have to go through that cavity corridor, which is right here. There's going to be 1 enemy on the left and 2 on the right. This is also where you get the 2nd pack of body armor, which is right here. We don't need it, but we're going to go ahead and take it. And in the main hall with the blue floor, this is where you're going to find him for the 2nd time. Oh, you are good. Gotcha. All right, now we're going to go ahead and retract where we fought him for the 1st time to that shadowy door area. Thank you for the ammunition. See, it's fun to just knock the enemies out, but you really don't need the ammunition. This level is basically going to be over in a minute. So we're just going to go ahead and take the shortcut. Do not look in those windows. There are 3 turrets, but don't worry, they're not going to hit you. When you get to the end, there's going to be a fork in the road. We're going to go ahead and go left, and he's going to be right here for the 3rd time. And this is also where you find the bulletproof armor. Boom. And that's it. That's basically the level. Fist bump. Now how's that for an ending? What a badass. Just when you thought he was dead. So I'm just going to cut it off right there. If you've ever played the NES or the SNES, which is just another way of saying the Super Nintendo, what came before that in the N64, these kinds of endings are not uncommon in the sense that they're really bad. So let's go back to when we began the game and ask ourselves the question, does it hold up with today's games? And the answer, in my opinion, is graphically, well, no, not really, but mechanically and with an awesome soundtrack, absolutely. So I would definitely recommend this game if you've never played it. It really is a lot of fun. It's been a blast since the beginning. And I'd like to thank you all for sticking around with me and watching. Now that we went ahead and beat the game, we not only unlocked a cheat that we'll talk about later, but we've also unlocked a mode called 007, where you get to control all the stats. So as I was saying, thank you all so much for joining me during this expedition. It really was a blast, a lot of fun to be had. Even though it was 27 years ago, it still felt fresh like it was just yesterday. But that is enough chatter. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless. Take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.